Okay, welcome back to part 2 for tutorial 6. I'm looking to explore question 4. I think I did question 3 here. Question 3 was done there. Alright, so for question 4, we're looking to use the formula for the sum of n terms. So it's a finite sum. Okay, it's not an infinity sum, it's a finite sum. So we use the equations for the finite sum. That particular set of equations is not terribly difficult to process, but it's just something that we need to be aware of. Okay, so for part 4, we've got A, we've got a 3, 6, 12, and so we need some information because the sum equation is Sn, a finite sum, first term, 1 minus r to the power n over 1 minus r, and that'll give us our terms. So we're looking for, in A, we're looking for 8 terms. So we're looking for the sum of 8 terms. And the first one is 3, and we don't know what r is yet, so we better work r out. R is going to be one value divided by the previous value, which is 2, which should be the same as 12 over 6, which is 2. So r is 2. Okay, r is 2. So we've got 2 to the power 8 divided by 1 minus 2. Okay, so with that we're able to go ahead and process what we need for this one. Okay, so for question 4, what we're looking at is now 2 to the 8 is quite a big number, so I think I'm just going to have to work on that using the standard old procedures. I could probably add them together, but 2 to the power 8, quite a big number, 256. So we've got 3, 1 minus 256 over 1 minus 2, which will be negative 1. Now 1 minus 256 is minus 255. Minus 255, 255 times 3, so I'll just do it by hand. 3 5s are 15. 3 5s are 15, 16. 3 2s are 6, 7, but it's a negative, so we'll make it a negative. So it's negative 765 over negative 1, which is positive 765. So that's your answer for the 8th term. Alright, for part B, we want the 10 terms, and it's 160, 80, 40, and we want to find S10. Okay, some of the first 10 terms. So the first thing we've got is the first thing we've got is to find r. So we'll take a term divided by the previous term. They'll cancel. That's a half. That should be the same as take a term divided by a previously term. 8 on 6 is half. So our r is a half, and a1 is 160. Alright, so for the population of the 10th term, we're going to have 160 times 1 minus r, which is a half, to the power 10, divided by 1 minus r, which is 1 minus a half. 1 minus a half is just a half. So remember, when we divide by a half, we times by 2 over 1. So 160 times 2 of 16 is 320. So I'm just going to, this is times 2, it's 2 times 160. Okay, because 1 minus a half is a half. So that comes up this way. And so that's 1632, so it's 320. So I've only got the top bracket to deal with. 1 minus, now 1 to the power 10 over 2 to the power 10. Okay, so 2 to the power 8 was 256. 5, 12, so I'm thinking 1024. 2 to the power 10. 2 to the power 10, 1024. Great. So 1 over 1024. So we've got 320 times 1 minus 1 over 1024. Now we've clearly got a big number here. Okay. So this is going to have to be 1024, same family. And because it's times 1, it's just 1024. So we'll get 320, 1024 minus 1 over 1024, which is 320 times 1023 over 1024. Now I'm not sure of factors here. 32, this is 32 times 10. 32 is definitely a factor of 1024. So I'm just going to use my computer rather than my intuition because I'm feeling it a bit. So 1024 divided by 34, 32. 32, so that's 32. So what we've got here is 32 times 10 times 1023. Down here we've got 32 times 32. So my thing here is this will cancel, and we'll end up with 10 times 1023. Now I'm going to halve 32, and if I halve the top, so if I times by a half, times by a half on the bottom, 32 will become 16. I'm just trying to make this a bit easier, and 10 will become 5 because that 2 can be divided by the 5. So now we've got 5 times 1023 on 16, so 5 times 1023. So 1023 times 5. It's always a bit like that, isn't it? So we get 5, 1, 1, 5. So there's our question 4. 5, 1, 1, 5. Very good. Okay, so little bit of algebraic gymnastics. Not sure that adds much though, does it? Okay, so we've done 4, so we're looking for 5. Find the sum to infinity of each of the following. Okay, now there's a rule about this. So I'm going to line them up this way. As 5, A, B, C, D. And we're looking for R. So R is going to be 4 divided by 12, which is a third. And because it's an infinite sum, we have to check that the value of R is less than 1. So in this case here, the sum exists. Actually, I'll put that as a heading. Infinite sum exists. Sum exists. Okay, so the infinite sum exists. And for this one, yes. Alright, for this one here, take a number and divide it by the predecessor. 4 divided by minus 12. Minus 1/3. Minus 1/3. R is take a value and divide it by predecessor. So 6 is a 36. 6 tens are 60, so they'll cancel. 2 3s are 6, 5 2s are 10, so they'll cancel. So we get 3 over 5. And R equals, that was right, wasn't it? 36 and 60. So we've got minus 36 and 60, which would be minus 3/5. So all the difference would be with that one, minus 3/5. So we've got our 4 areas here. Find the sum to infinity. So what we have to be aware of with our sum to infinity is whether or not the limit of the sum exists. Okay, so that's what we have to be aware of. So we're checking the absolute value. Okay, so when we check our sums and check our R values, we're looking to see if the R values are in fact okay with this rule here. Okay, so if they are, then we can apply infinite sum routine. So what have we got? I'm going to check these. Time a little bit here. According to this test, they would all be okay. According to that test, they would all be okay. So we should be able to go ahead now, because they're all less than 1, aren't they? Sorry, it just took me a long time to do that. I don't know why, but there you go. Alright, so let's just go back and use our infinite sum equation, which is going to be the sum for infinity is a1 over 1 minus r. So this one here, the sum to infinity, is going to be equal to the first term, which was 36, divided by 1 minus a third, which is 1 minus a third is 2/3. So it'll be 36 divided by 2/3, which we know is going to be divided by 2/3, which is times by 3 on 2. So 36 times 3 on 2. So 36 times 3 on 2 is going to look like half 36, 18, and 3/8 24, so it's 54. So the first one's going to be 54. So that's our infinite sum. Alright, for this one here, our infinite sum is going to be the first term, which was again 36, divided by 1 minus 1/3, which is 36 over 1 plus a third, which is being a long way. 3 over 3 plus a third. I know people are whinging when I do that. 3 plus 1, 36 over 3 plus 1 over 3, which is 4/3, which is equal to 36 over 4/3, which is equal to 36, or I'll do it this time, 3 over 4 So 3 6s are 18, 3 1s are 3, 98 on 4. Okay. 4 goes into that once with 1 left over. Oh, I made a mistake there somewhere. 1 1/3, 4/3. 4/3, 36 divided by 4/3. 36 times 3 over 4. Oh, 108. Dear, oh dear. Made a little mistake there, didn't I? So 4 goes into 10 twice with 2 left over. 4 7s, 28. So the infinite sum is 27. Always get there in the end, don't we? Alright, so for this one here, our first term is 60. So our infinite sum is going to be 60 divided by 1, which is 60 divided by 5 minus 3 is 2/5, which is 60 times 5 divided by 2. I'll flip them upside down. 30 by 5. Well, 60 divided by 2 is 30. 3 is 150. Okay, so 150. So that looks good. So that's the infinite sum of C. And for this one here, 60 again is equal to 1 minus 3/5, which is 1 plus 3/5, which is 5 8/5. 8 on 5, which is, flip it, times 5 divided by 8, which is 300 over 8. And I reckon 2 goes into all of those. I know 2 goes into that 4. 4 2s are 8. And 150 times 2. So they cancel. So it's 150 on 4. And I reckon you could do that again. So 4 times 2, 75. 75 on 2. So that's your final sum for that one. Okay, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Alright, so I'll have I might come back. Oh, look, you can probably do this one, determine the video. Oh, so I'll do 6 because it's just a determination, and then I'll come back and do 7, 8, 9, 10 in the final video. So what are we looking for here? We need R, don't we? A, B, C, D. We need R. So R is going to be take 1 and divide it by the predecessor. R is going to be take 1 and divide it by the predecessor. R is going to be take 1, 20 minus 24 divided by the predecessor. And R will be take 1 and divided by the predecessor. So what's happening here? There's a pattern in our sizing. 12 over 8 is greater than 1. Does not exist. 24 over 18 is greater than 1, so it does not exist. Both of these exist. Okay, both of these exist. That's all we were asked to do for that particular question. Alright, so I'll come back and do 7 in another video, and I won't be long. Back soon.